Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather. My channel is all about my journey to lose weight and hit my goal weight of 120 pounds. Today's video, I am so excited, is going to be about my new series, my new challenge, Ignite the THAW. If you didn't watch my trailer, make sure you watch that. I had so much fun filming that trailer and editing it. You guys all know I love to edit, and trailers are always my favorite things to edit and create. So go check that out if you haven't. I'll have a link to that up above and below. Also, if you haven't watched my New Year video going over my word of the year, my vision board, and why I chose my word of the year, make sure to go check that out as well. But my word of the year this year is Ignite, and this challenge is kind of piggybacking off of that. I'm igniting the thaw and getting through winter, coming out of hibernation with spring just around the corner. Thank goodness. So if you're not familiar with my challenges, I like to create these weight loss challenges to kind of break up my weight loss journey and mix things up a bit. I think it's a great way to stay motivated throughout the journey because we all know that this weight loss thing is extremely long. So for me, it's a great tool to just keep my journey fresh and fun, and it also keeps my channel fresh and fun. This challenge will begin on Monday, February 2nd, and it will go through Sunday, March 29th. That's 8 weeks of igniting my motivation, igniting my habits, igniting my workout routine, and just getting through the worst part of winter. First, I want to talk about goals. I really only have one goal for this whole challenge, and that is to get back into the 160s. Not a particular weight, I just want to get back into the 160s. With the holidays behind me and everything that's just been going on in Minnesota, I'm sure you all know what that is. Being here in Minnesota has been extremely hard, and I'm not gonna lie, I've gained a few pounds. But the past couple weeks, I've really been working hard on getting my habits back on track and sticking with my calorie goals. We'll be weighing in a little bit later in this video, but for right now, for this segment, I'm just putting it out there that my goal is to get into the 160s. If I hit 169.9 by the end of this challenge, that means I've made it and I hit my goal. Now the most important part of the video, the rules of the challenge. How am I going to get to my goal by the end of this 8 weeks? It's going to be pretty similar to what I've been doing, but with a couple things added on. The first rule is to eat between 1,300 and 1,600 calories a day. That is a bit of an adjustment to what I have been eating lately. I have been trying to hit between 1,400 and 1,700 calories. As a reminder, I'm 5'2". I'm pretty short, so my calorie needs are not as great as someone who's taller. Unfortunately, I really wish I was taller because it is just not fair that I can't eat as much as tall people, and that just makes it so much harder for me to lose weight. But I am going to decrease on both ends by 100 calories, which I don't think will be too difficult. I typically hit in the middle of that range when I'm on plan, so I think I should be okay with that. And the next goal is to hit 100 grams of protein per day, which is what I'm already doing. I have gotten so much better at getting my protein in. Before I started the comeback series with coming back to YouTube, I really never concentrated on protein. I did, but not to the extent that I am now, and I've really gotten good at getting my protein in and finding ways to fit it in throughout the day. So I feel like this goal will be a pretty simple goal for me to hit. My next goal is to drink 80 ounces of water. I still struggle with my water. It has always been a struggle for me to get my water in, just something that I can't seem to get control over. I would like to get in 10,000 steps a day. I have not been doing good on that goal since probably Christmas, to be quite honest. I've gotten maybe half of that on a good day. It's really hard in the winter here in Minnesota to get walks in. It's extremely cold. The wind chills have been below zero the last few weeks, so it's been really hard to get out on a walk. I haven't been out on a walk for probably over a month, and especially when I go into work now, I don't go out for walks. I do have my treadmill in the living room, and I will be utilizing that quite a bit. I also have my walking pad in the back of me here, and I do plan on trying to get into the habit of doing that, even if it's just like once a day while I'm checking my emails in the morning. Phone office hours, I've been doing pretty good on that. With all that's been going on in Minnesota though, I have been on the struggle bus because I've been doom scrolling late at night and looking at the news and TikTok and everything just constantly, and I find myself myself in bed on my phone until about 12 in the morning, 12:30. So I haven't been great at that, and I want to rein myself back in. I will be going back to putting my phone in the bathroom when it's time to go to bed, and no more phone after that. But my phone office hours will be what it has been. On Fridays and Saturdays when I'm doing volleyball, it will be 11:30. Sundays we close early, an hour early at 10, so my phone office hours will be 11 o'clock, and then the rest of the week it will be 9:30. My next goal is to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. I'm typically good at that. However, like I said, with the doom scrolling late at night, I haven't been good at getting in my phone office hours, which means I haven't gotten enough sleep. So, like I said, reining it back in. And then finally, I am adding this habit in. I have not done this before, but it's not really a habit. It's more of a rule. No ordering out. No more DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever you want to call it. None of that. If I really want something outside of the house, I have to go get it myself. And that way it's also cheaper and it helps my wallet. Now, it's all great to have all these rules, easy to get all this done when we are motivated, but that's just not how life works. And I know we have days where we're just not ourselves, or something bad happens, or we're just, just not there emotionally or mentally. I kind of created a side rule where I have my minimum non-negotiables that I have to hit every single day, even on those bad days. My first one is to get 5,000 steps. My normal goal is to get 10,000 steps, but on my days where I'm just not having a good day, if I get at least 5,000 steps, that means I was on plan. Now, this is not an excuse to just do the bare minimum. It's just to help me kind of stay on track without going fully off track. The next one is to get at least 70 grams of protein, so a little less than normal. That way I'm at least keeping it in the front of my mind to get my protein in and make sure that I'm fueling properly and not just pure carbs and fats. And then 32 ounces of water rather than the 80 ounces of water. I feel like that's a little more doable, mostly because I am able to get at least that when I'm not hitting the 80 ounces. And then finally, my non-negotiable is no matter what, I need to stick to my phone office hours, and those are going to stay the same. There's no adjusting them. Sleep is important. When we're not having a good day, it's really important for us to make sure we get that sleep in. My workout plan is going to be a little different than what it has been. There's not going to be any heavy weight training and progressive overload. I am focusing more on circuit style workouts with hot Pilates and warrior sculpt classes at the gym mixed in there in between. For the first 5 weeks, I found a rotation on the Kathy Friedrich forums that incorporate Kathy's more circuit style workouts that aren't really part of any particular series. They were just kind of released on their own throughout the years. Workouts like Drill Max, Butts and Guts, Low Impact Circuit, Cardio Fusion, Body Max 2, and a few other workouts thrown in there. I feel like not having any videos that are part of a particular series will really just help with the boredom aspect of being on a workout plan. Plus, I just really love all these workouts. So that's 5 weeks. The remaining 3 weeks of the challenge, I plan on doing a rotation of all gym classes. I found some really awesome new classes at the gym. They're called MB360, which stands for Mind Body 360. They're very similar to Warrior Sculpt in that they're in a heated room, but you're doing a lot of functional movements, and it's a total body workout, and it's not as yoga focused as Warrior Sculpt is. I really love the classes. They utilize a lot of equipment. You use a weighted vest, regular weights, REP bands, fabric bands that go around your thighs, ankle weights, tons of different equipment, and it makes the time go by super fast. And I actually just bought some equipment of my own to bring to the gym. I bought myself a weighted vest, and then I'm also planning on bringing a thigh band that I got from KSL and also some ankle weights I got from KSL. Just because I feel a little gross using their weighted vests. People will sweat a lot, I've noticed in them, and they don't wear shirts, and it's just up against their skin while they're sweating, and there's guys in the class. I wouldn't mind so much the girls sweat, but the guys sweat is just, it grosses me out, and I don't want to use weighted vests that other people use. So I'm bringing my own. All right, so now that you guys have seen my weight, the cat's out of the bag. Why is it higher? I mentioned it just a little bit earlier, but I have been struggling since Christmas. I just kind of went off track a bit during the holidays. In January, I think it was, when all that stuff started happening in Minnesota. I don't want to really get into it, but it's been really rough emotionally, mentally, and all of that. And I have resorted to not eating the greatest quite a bit. I have stuck to going to the gym at least. I've still been trying. I've at least been conscious of my decisions that I've been making, regardless of if they're good or bad. I guess I'll take that. But actually, because of what has been happening, we closed volleyball for 2 weekends. We also no longer do Thursday nights, and we will not be doing Monday nights just because of everything that's been going on. It's really been a tough situation that we've been in. We are doing volleyball again now, but we will only be doing it Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the rest of the season. I mean, I guess that's a plus. Out of all this crap that's been going on, I can at least focus on me a little bit more rather than having that be a huge part of my week. Instead of 5 nights a week of volleyball, I'm doing 3 like I was last year. I have been drinking a little bit more than I had wanted to. I gotta rein that back in too. I have not forgotten my goals that I had made when I made that video about my plans. I am still working on them. I still have my bag that I bring to volleyball, and I still make sure that I am adhering to those rules. And this past weekend when we came back, and then prior to us closing, I was kind of sliding a bit. So I've got to rein that back in. That's why my weight is back up. Also, you guys know I was doing the STS program. I did make it through the end of mesocycle 2, and I did a couple workouts in mesocycle 3, and then I stopped. So I did not finish the program. It was the 6-month program. I got through 4 months. I can see why Kathy suggests that we do the 3-month program, because the system was designed to be done in 6 months. People just get fatigued by one workout program, and it's just not realistic. I was hoping for it to help me get through the volleyball season and all that. I didn't finish it, but I got pretty darn close, you guys. So yeah, all of January, I have not stuck to that. I've just been going to the gym. I've tried out a few new classes. I'm gonna be adding those classes into my routine, which I kind of talked about earlier. But yeah, that's what has been going on the last month and a half. It's been a time, that's all I will say, but we're getting through it, and I think we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Fingers crossed that things will be looking better going forward. So what can we expect for the next 8 weeks? I do plan on ramping up my videos and being a little bit more consistent with my uploads, just because I'm not going to be as busy as I thought I'd be. So I do plan on uploading way more videos. I plan on doing some what I eat in a day, weekly vlogs, weekly resets, weigh-in videos, mid-challenge check-in, all of that fun stuff. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos for this series. I am so excited for this series. I hope you guys are too. Feel free to make your own challenge and follow along. Get out of hibernation and get ready to welcome spring, because before we know it, spring will be here and it'll be time to really ramp things up for summer. But that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are all safe and doing well, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!